Hello, hello, happy, oh my god, it's Sunday. I don't usually stream on Sundays. Hello, how's it going? Hold, does everything sound okay? It looks like my mic's okay. My music seems to be doing all right as well. Nice, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good to get going today. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's like full swing into December. So we went out of town for this weekend, just came back earlier today. We went to a very cute little mountain town for a visit, and they have all of their Christmas decor and their lights up, and I'm just like in the mood. I'm in the mood. So I'm looking forward to today's stream. I think it's going to be really fun. If you haven't been here before, hello, we're happy to have you. My name's Angorabuilds. I'm an architectural technologist based out of Western Canada, and I model buildings in 3D for a living, but I also stream about home design and DIY on Twitch and YouTube. So hello from both platforms. Just a quick disclaimer before we get going today, my chat bubbles that do show up on my overlay are only connected to my Twitch, so YouTube, I still see you, but that's what's going on there. And what are we doing today? Okay. In addition to my DIY escapades, I work in the field of architecture, but I also have I don't know if I'd call it like a side business. I help curate local music and arts events in my city. So, as well as a multi-day overnight music festival in the summer. So every few months we do a pretty big event of some kind locally. So we did do a Halloween one, and now we're doing a Christmas one at the end of December. And because it's more of like a music arts party, it's not really like it's gonna be lit, it's gonna be fun. We have like performers, live painters, dance music, vendor alley, bunch of stuff like that, but we want it to be very like uplifting and fun. However, the venue does not have, we're doing sexy Santa photos and we need a fireplace mantle to go with Santa for the fireplace, Christmas, living room, whatever Santa's chair setup that we need. But because it's a bit more of a party, I don't just want to do any fireplace mantle. I was like, well, I could just do we could just acquire a faux fireplace mantle from Marketplace or something. But I'm like, you know what? No, that's too boring. I want to do an RGB light up party fireplace mantle. But I have no idea how to execute it or what the heck we're going to do for this. So I thought we could spend today's stream planning that out. We'll decide what we want to do. We will spend a little bit of time on Pinterest, just traversing around. I know that people have made faux fireplace mantles before, so I've done a little bit of poking into Pinterest. I see that there's some there. And then we'll spend some time just playing around in my 3D software that I use in my work, and we can kind of 3D model some different options, and we'll decide which one we want to do best. So a couple things we want to keep in mind with this though is because it's, I guess, for events, it's not really like for me in my house. It's got to be portable and it's got to be somewhat light. Another side business we're playing with is we have been approached in the past for decor rentals of the stuff that we've crafted. So I'd like to create it in such a way that it is durable enough we could potentially borrow it out to parties that are not us, but also fun enough to so I'm trying to brainstorm how we want to build this, and do we build it out of wood? Do we use 2x2s? Do we just try and do the whole thing out of plywood? Because it definitely needs to have a little bit more rigidity. So maybe we'll spend a little bit of time on Pinterest. I did open it. I have it here ready to go. So we'll spend a little bit of time planning it out. Now, I do a lot of these DIY crafts in the same phases or sequence of planning that I do in my line of work. So I come from the architecture space. I'm not a designer, I'm a technologist, so my specialty is more the 3D modeling. I work with designers on interior renders and the visualization work and stuff. But because I work closely with them, I know the steps. I don't have formal design training myself. So anything that we're learning, we're kind of shooting in the dark here. I'm doing my best. I have some foundational knowledge to go off of, but that's part of the fun though, is figuring this out. So we kind of follow the planning in... we'll do, I guess, like 4 phases of this. First being like schematic design. So we'll look at some like overall big picture ideas, get an idea. I already have sort of a vision for what I want this to look like, I think, so we won't spend too much time there. But then design development, that's the next thing. That's when we're going to get a little bit more specific. We're going to get more into like the actual dimensions we want. Do we want any specific contours or shapes for like the crown molding or like the molding? Like I kind of want this mantle to be, I don't want it to be super modern. I want it to kind of have a bit of a timeless sort of heritagey character vibe to the mantle. But I think I want the whole thing to be white because I like the idea of contrast between this like old character house style mantle, but then it's a party with the RGB lighting and stuff. It's like there's almost like a contrast there that you wouldn't really expect, and I think that could be really fun and really interesting. I don't know what we're gonna do for lighting it up yet either. We'll figure it out on the ball as we go. So for initially, I think what we'll do is we'll just spend a couple minutes on Pinterest. If you search for like faux fireplace mantle DIY, there's a lot here. There's a lot here that we can go off of. I think we can start off by just pinning a few that we like. We'll kind of decide what elements of all of them that we like the most, and then kind of just combine forces into whatever the heck we decide to hodgepodge for this RGB mantle that we're creating. Now I have a couple things in mind too. I really want to have, what's the name of like the base of the fireplace mantle? Like how this one is lifted. Oh, it couldn't find the page. There it is. See how this one's kind of lifted? I sort of like this because I feel like it if it's just on the ground, when it's lifted, it has like a grandness to it almost that I'd like to emulate. I want it to be like a focal point. I don't want it to just be this little tiny thing tucked against the wall. Now, a lot of these seem to be out of wood. Because yeah, this one's like shiplap. This one's like right into the wall. But I think I've noticed there's kind of 2 directions that DIYers will take with faux fireplace mantles, especially for Christmas. Because like if I do faux Christmas, we'll get ones that are made out of cardboard. I don't want to use cardboard, but I'm wondering if there is a material that's like lighter than 1/2-inch plywood. Like maybe we could get away with using some kind of like 6mm MDF wall paneling. That might be kind of light. Like this one, what's this one made out of? It says hashtag not cardboard, but this kind of looks like cardboard to me, hey? I'm scared to use cardboard though. See, okay, I'm thinking something like this for the framing on the inside. Maybe not with 2x4s. 2x4s are really heavy. I'm thinking 2x2s at most. This one here seems to be that. But I think they put cement board on it so that they could tile it. We need this to be portable. I don't know how portable this would be. The one thing I'm also really nervous about too is the venue that we're hosting this party at. It's a 2-stage, 2 floors. And so we're going to do the Santa photos and everything on the 2nd story. But to access the 2nd story, you have to go up a spiral staircase. So we're going to have to carry this thing up a spiral staircase. So it can't be like, maybe it's modular. Maybe pieces of it come together. Like maybe the base of it, how I like the lifted ones, maybe the base is a separate piece and then the mantle is a separate piece and then you kind of just stack them. But let's look at specific styles maybe first. Because like I said, I want it to... Yeah, see, this one's like a cardboard one here too. Oh my god, wait. This just gave me a genius idea. Wait. What if... Would it be crazy if the whole mantle lit up? Okay. Originally, I had envisioned just doing like LED RGB strip lighting on the underside of this and then like casting it down and then doing the whole fireplace white, and then it would just like carry the color through. But the other thing that we could do, and this could be our weight, solve our weight issue as well. If you use, it's like, what are they? It's like plastic. It's almost like poly signage. What's the material? This kind of almost like corrugated. I want to look for the term. Here, yeah, polycarbonate sheets. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. So these polycarbonate sheets are pretty opaque, but when you backlight them, the color transfers through. Plastic panels here. I want to know how much these materials are. $15 for 18 by 24. That's not that bad. Okay, so I'll pin this. Because we could do something like this where it is a little bit more of a modern design and it's a little bit squared off. But then if we did par lights or RGB lights on the inside, then we could just like light up the whole thing. I don't know if that would be too much though. Is that a lot? That might be a lot. We'll save this one though. See, I kind of like, even just for a shape, like this kind of has a character feel to it. It doesn't seem too modern. And even if we got some crown molding, this is like a really feasible profile. Like, I want to find a good balance between ornate but still achievable. This is kind of nice too, because we could get, I think these are just trim strips that you can get from Home Depot, right? So we could get just trim strips like this, and then you cut them at a 45. I kind of like this too. Here, let's save this one. We'll play with a few different options. The other thing I could check too, I won't test it today, but we could try rendering them. Oh, here, this one looks quite light. This is what I mean by 2x2s. It almost looks like they put cardboard here. I'm gonna save this so that we don't forget. This is kind of interesting too. It looks like, are these balusters for railings? Here? I don't know if I like this very much though. Let's see. I want the faux fireplace mantle. Let's do faux Christmas because it's more likely to be a DIY project that you unpack only for that month. And then it gets put away a little bit easier. That's my speculation about this. I mean, I do think while cardboard is not very rigid on its own, I do think if we plastered over the cardboard, it would have some rigidity to it and it would last better, but it would also be lighter. So while I really don't like the look of this in terms of how simple it is, it could be an option. I don't know if I like plaster very much though. Okay, we won't do anything like this for sure. This is like kind of what I want to avoid. Like, this one's not terrible. And this is cardboard as well. So this is okay, and it's raised. Wait, do we like the bricks? Maybe I'll save this one too. And this one, what's this one made out of? I can hardly even tell. I think this is also cardboard. This one's impressive. This is a good size. It looks like cardboard. Maybe I'm brushing off the idea of cardboard too easily. Like, this one's quite impressive. This is definitely cardboard as well. And there is some cardboard that's thicker than others. Because we could combo like really thick cardboard with the decorative kind of molding and MDF stripping if we glue it on. I don't think I want to do brick. I think I want it to be clean white. I'm pretty convinced about that. But it's not bad. Like this too? They put trim on this as well. Hold on, can I visit this one? You know, okay, I might be changing my mind. Because this isn't bad. Okay, we have a few saved going. How big are fireplace mantles usually? So we can go as big or as small as we want, truly. Again, it has to be portable, so we'll keep that in mind. But I want it big enough that it has a presence, that it's a focal point, not like a tiny background element. You know what I mean? Like this one's 4 feet, 60 inches. That's crazy. Probably not that big. A lot of these don't even have dimensions. This is massive. 42 inches. You know what? I think we kind of just gotta eyeball it. I'll guesstimate it based off of the sizes of things that I know. But here's kind of a quick and dirty, rough inspo 5 images. But the one thing that I do really love about Pinterest is once you get a few going, the recommended ideas are awesome. Like this one? This is quite pretty. Look at this cardboard one. Here, I want to see the article where, oh, see, no, the reason why I don't like this is because you can see the seam right here. That's my hesitancy with cardboard. And we're not going to do any curves. That's just too challenging. And then they painted it. I don't know. I don't like it very much. But the size is good. Does she have sizes? Because this is a good size. I like how it feels. But that's it. Here. TV box. 53 inches across. Okay, let's start doing some options. Let's start. And we'll modify as we go. Now I'm trying to decide the best way to do this. I think we need to just get some overall shapes and a design going first before we start modeling the construction of it with the like 2x4 framing on the interior or whatever we decide to do. So I think I'm gonna make a rectangle and treat this kind of like virtual Play-Doh for a minute. Now, how deep do you think this should go? I'm gonna say maybe 18 inches. 457. Let's just change the scale here so that we're... And how high? That is the one thing actually. I'm just checking. The one I have as a reference off to the side was 44 inches high. So we'll try that. Okay, now I just got a rectangle. So maybe what we'll try doing, I'll create a base to go around it. We'll do... I don't really know how much to offset it though. Maybe 4 inches off the side and then... I guess it's almost 4 inches all the way around. Now, I'm from Western Canada, so whenever I work on these projects, I toggle mentally between metric and imperial. Western Canada is weird because we try really hard to adopt the metric system, but because so many products and materials and finishes are from America, it all is in imperial. So it's very strange. The trades here work in imperial and the designers are all in metric. So you'll notice I jump in between both kind of without thinking about it, so my apologies. If you need me to like pause and translate anything at any point, let me know. Now I don't know, hold on, I want 1 foot, not 1 inch. Now we can kind of modify how big this opening is. I just want to get one started and then we'll push and pull. Now, like I said, I want this to feel like a character fireplace. So I want to kind of do some molding and stuff on it, but I want to make it easy for me to build. So I'm going to stay away from curves. I see a lot of the DIY ones have curves for whatever reason. Let's not do that. And yeah, I'll keep it simple. I'll do the top here. We'll set the plane to be here. And honestly, 1 to 2 inches is probably good. I'll do 1.5 overhang, just this way, and this way, but no overhang off the back because we want it to push right up against the wall. even know how high to make this. I should get some of my reference images going. Hold on. Which one would be a good reference for now? My favorite one? My favorite one's honestly this one, in terms of how it looks. Oh, wait. Oh, you can't see it. It doesn't go that far. Hold on. Can I edit? Can I edit? Can I edit? Why is it so out of the way? Well, this one. There we go. So I'm kind of thinking we'll just rip something like this. Quite easy. Now that top piece only looks like it's like maybe an inch or so. So we'll leave that there. One thing that I think I have come accustomed to in the design space and kind of in all facets of art is a lot of things are just kind of very same but different variations of other things. Now I'm looking at how this overhang steps down. This must be bigger than 1.5 inches. It looks like it almost lines up with the base, to be honest. Like, just so we could do a gradual step down. Maybe I'll just do 3 inches. We did 4 inches on the base, but I do want enough space to do some kind of decorative molding or something. We'll do 3 inches. And like that. Give or take. Now I'm almost wondering, I think this might need to come down a little bit. Actually, how tall was it though? 55, 58. So it's 2 inches below, I'd say like 22 inches tall. Ooh, I don't have a measuring tape to visualize it, but let's say that's good. That's kind of good. Should I make this like... I mean, I feel like 1 inch is good. Yes? Because again, we want it to be simple to build. Simple to build. Hold on. I'm going to place a little person for reference, just so we can see how tall this fireplace mantle is. Like this? Like this thing might be a bit too tall. What? I'll get metric on the bottom so that we can see both. Oh, did I say to show them? Whoa. There we go. 3 foot 9 inches. Okay, so that is quite tall. A countertop is 3 feet. So I'm wondering, for the sake of size, Transportability. Maybe we should go a little bit shorter than this. Even 3.5 would probably be a bit better. Here. Let's say... I mean, I'll start with 3 feet and build it up. See, even that's not too bad, right? That's still a pretty sizable mantle. It's not terrible. How much clearance did we leave here? 10 inches. I mean, we could make it 2 inches taller just so that we get the even foot. There. Then we have a foot all around. Something like that. Now let's play around with profiles. I have no idea what's available for decorative trim options, but I am open to buying some decorative trims. One sec. I'm just gonna check Home Depot maybe. Hold. Hold. Okay. And I prefer MDF, I think, because it's cheaper. Decorative molding. Can we... See, I know nothing about decorative moldings either, to be honest. So in my head, MDF is lighter, but I guess there's way more wood options. Like, what are a lot of these even used for? Like, this one is kind of crazy. Like, I assume this is the profile of it here. What would you use this for? I kind of think we could pick whichever one we want. Decorative molding. So I think we'd need 2 kinds based off of the reference image. We'd need one for, well, maybe even 3. One for the, I guess it's almost like wainscoting panels or something. That's what these ones are. Oh, this one has it nice too. I like it all the way across, actually. So for the wainscoting, that will cut at 45s. This guy's pretty basic. I think it's just a rectangle. And then some kind of crown molding trim here. Or I kind of like this one. Three-eighths of an inch by 5/8 of an inch by 4 feet. This one's kind of nice. Actually, can we do thickness or width? Let's do a shorter thickness, maybe 1/2 inch. No, I don't like any of these. I know nothing about trim. I don't know what to look up. This is one of those things that I think I will pick in person. But let's do thin ones here. I mean, any of these are kind of fair game, I think. Okay, I think I like this one the best. Here. I'll go off of this little profile, I think. And maybe... Should we do that as the wainscoting trim, or should we do that around the perimeter and kind of break it up? I like this. This one's nice too, though. And this one's a little bit simpler. There's only 3 rectangles, but it's more tiered. Or this one. This one might be the easiest though, because it's kind of a flat face otherwise. I think everything's flat. So I'll go based off of this, I guess. Yeah, I'll do this profile at the height change. So I'll do this as a sweep. Oops, not a sweep blend, I need a sweep. And then the profile. To match this. How tall is it? Oh. What's this one? 5/8 of an inch by 3/8 of an inch. Like that. Hold on, we almost need to do a half circle first, I think. And I'm not making it as detailed as is shown there. Oh. Wait, what the heck? This isn't in the middle? Hold on. It definitely isn't. There. I'll try that. And mirror like that. And there. So now if I go here, I should be able to move this up. Or do I have to edit the... Something like that. And then wainscoting. I'll do the decorative molding under here quick. As well. And do a crown molding profile, maybe like this one. This. So how big is it though? Home Depot says it is 1 3/16 by 2 7/16. This is why I hate Imperial. Who wants to do fractional math? Drives me bonkers. 1 3/16, 2 7/16. I'm gonna round this 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. I don't care. It's annoying. Okay, so like this. And then we have one that goes down. And I can't see the bottom. And across. This is almost double. Let's just go a little bit more. And it's almost like an S shape. An S shape. So I could do this as a spline, I guess, and I can just add a couple controls. And then this guy goes here. Wait, it's inverted. It's this way, right? Yeah, it's this way. Oh, that? Yeah. There. So that's the molding under there. And then this molding that we'll do a rectangle. Maybe I'll just do one big one at the top instead of 3 small ones, and then the 2 vertical ones. I think. But what's the profile of this like wainscoting molding? Almost. I don't even know. Hold on. I'm looking up molding for wainscoting and what it looks like. It looks like this stuff. Oh, it doesn't have a profile. Like the section cut through though. It's kind of just like this weird blurry image that I can barely make out. This one maybe? No, this one doesn't have it either. See, this is what I mean. I need the profile that's like this black one here. I need that to be able to copy it. But some of these don't have it. Maybe, and it can't be too big. Because 1 3/4 of an inch is way too large. I'd like to keep it maybe around 1/2 an inch. Maybe this one? This one looks good. but it doesn't have a profile. Do we just make one up? Like, it could almost be sort of like... Hold on. It could almost be like this one in the middle here, but like without the little bottom bit. Like maybe we just do some kind of like bloop and then like a little fancy bloop thing. I think I just need to make it up. This is tricky. Let's YOLO it. It'll be kind of like this guy. Sort of. But maybe a little bit less exaggerated too. I'll play around. So let's do another sweep. We'll make it go on the front here. And to pick the path, maybe we'll go... How inset should it be? Like 3 inches? Is that... Hold. Here, let's look at a front view and then decide. Definitely not 3 inches on the top. Here, what's our reference photo? How close does it look here? 2 inches? 2 inches, perhaps? We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Also, hello, if you're just dropping in, welcome to the stream. I am planning a RGB fireplace mantle that lights up rainbow colors for a Christmas party that I am involved with at the end of the month. So I want it to be all white, but I want it to light up and change colors. So how we accomplish that, I'm not sure yet. But we're kind of just trying to nail down a profile and like a design idea first to go off of, and then figure it out from there. So this is the path that we'll put this profile on, and now let me edit the profile. I'll do it in 3D. It's just easier that way. Okay, let's go back to... Was it this one? This little guy here? I think we'll do something like this, but I don't really want it to be bigger than 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Otherwise, I just think it might be a little too... What's the word? Busy? Ornate, almost? Maybe I'll do something, and I'm kind of just, at this point... We're eyeballing. Oops. Actually, maybe a little bigger. Is that too big? Hello, Sega Saturn. Welcome to the stream. How's your Sunday going? We'll try this. This seems like a good size. But what I could do, if we move it down, how big was this? 2 millimeters? I could move it down another 2. Oops. I'll try this. My football team is in the process of pooping the bed, so I could be better. Are you in Europe? Or is it American football? / Canadian football, I guess it could be. There's, I guess, different kinds of football all over. American football? Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess it's Sunday, hey? Are you just ditching it then and watching live streams on YouTube? Let's see. They have this weird little fancy notch thing happening. Hold on, I'm just looking at it closer in my window so I can see what the heck I'm doing. It's kind of like, it kind of like does this. Hold on, I have an offset stuck here and I don't want it. Totally giving up on my stupid team. It's a yearly tradition. Is it the NFL or is it like college football? Oh, actually, we need another little guy. Actually, no, it kind of almost... Yeah, NFL. Okay, nice. I know nothing about NFL, but I know that it's massive in America. I'm from Western Canada, so for us, it's all hockey. But for like how big hockey is here, I'd imagine there's parallels. Actually, I think American football is almost bigger in America than hockey is in Canada. Canada, yes, yes. Hold on, I need to split this. Where's my... There we go. Vancouver? No, no, no. I'm in Western Canada. I actually don't like to specify where beyond that, though. But no, not Vancouver. I wish I could, but Vancouver's just so freaking expensive to live in. It's crazy. Here, let's try this guy. How does this look? That's kind of the vibe, right? That's kind of the vibe. Here? Yes? Here, let's try another one. I'll go from a front view. Is that a fireplace? Yes, it is a fireplace mantle. Wait, what software is this? This is Autodesk Revit. So I am a architectural technologist. I model buildings in 3D for a living. I'm not a designer. I'm not like an architect. I work very closely with designers and architects on the execution of, I guess, more like visualization, design, and construction drawings as well. Because at least in my experience, where the industry is moving, a lot of construction drawings are, the buildings are modeled in 3D first. It's called BIM, Building Information Modeling, Building Information Management. I use the other Autodesk software. Is it AutoCAD? Is it 2D drafting? Or they also have 3ds Max. Maya, wait, what's that one? What is that one? Hold on, I'm looking it up. It's a 3D visual effects software for character creation, rigging, animation, and simulation. On the art side, wait, do you do like game dev stuff then? Or is that more... Also, hello Horace, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just a quick disclaimer for all you on YouTube as well. My chat bubbles that you're seeing on the overlay are only linked to my Twitch. So I do see you on YouTube. It's just not showing up there. So I'm in animation. Wait, that's sick. That's awesome. How long have you been doing that for? Of course, I'm making a faux fireplace mantle for Christmas, for a Christmas party. So I am involved, well, my background's in architecture. I work in the architecture industry, but I'm also involved in my city in local events and festival curation. So we do a lot of music and arts events periodically, almost every quarter or so. But we're doing a very large Christmas party. It's a 2-stage, 2 floors. There's going to be live art performers, vendor alley with artisans and stuff. But we're taking Santa photos and the venue doesn't have a fireplace. So I'm designing a portable fireplace mantle that we can bring to site to have the Santa set up with the chair and everything. But it's a twist because it's a party, right? It's kind of like dance music and whatever. So I want it to light up and be kind of... I want it to light up and be fun. So I'm trying to figure out how to... I want it to be... I think I want it to be all white. And I want to do either like RGB strip lighting underneath the lip of the mantle top here. Or We could maybe do some kind of, instead of plywood or MDF paneling for the actual fireplace itself, we could look at doing some kind of semi-opaque polycarbonate paneling. And we use that in the event space all the time because when you backlight that, when you put in par lights that change colors, it'll light up the whole thing. The only thing I can't decide is if that is going to be way too much RGB. So if anybody has an opinion, please let me know. I'm going back and forth on what I want to do because I think the strip lighting along like we could do it kind of under here along the top, and we could make an overhang here and do the strip lighting along here too, and then just have it all kind of feathered down. That could be nice. If we backlight the whole thing, it's literally gonna glow like a orb. So I can't decide. I'm like, how bright do we want to make it? Because if we backlight it, it's gonna be crazy. But maybe that's what we want. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm going back and forth about it. About 3 years now. I'm so jealous of like the animation space. Seems like it would be so cool to get into. When I was in school, I did Architectural Technologist diploma. It was only a 2-year program. And so there was quite a few people, like at least a handful in my program that were in it because of the 3D modeling aspect, because they wanted to get into like animation and well, I guess more so game development for like world building. Do you render this for really pretty visualization, or is this just like blueprint style? I would like to render this. My PC is fairly new, so I actually don't have the software that I usually render with installed today. So I don't think we're going to render it today. I'm getting it set up in 3D. This is, I guess, where you would do the blueprints though. What renderer do you use? I have primarily I use Enscape, or have used Enscape in the past. I'm in the process of learning Twinmotion and Lumion, because Twinmotion has a free license that comes with Autodesk Revit, which is really cool. The only problem with Twinmotion is that it is not a designer software. It is also more for animation and game dev. So a lot of the assets in the libraries available are not really designy. They're all kind of like, I don't like, how do I describe it? A lot of aged stuff, or like decrepit, or like heritage stuff, like really old, like, so it's not it's hard to design with. Twinmotion is the like kid sibling of, oh shoot, what's the software? What is it? Hold on. It's the same studio, Epic Games. It's owned by Epic Games. Battle damage. Yes, there you go. It all looks weathered. So that's kind of tricky when you're trying to like sell a client on a brand new interior space or exterior space, and it's just like all the furniture's like old. But yeah, Epic Games has ownership over it, and there's, what's the other, they have the bigger one. Hold on. I'm looking in the background, one sec. Unreal Engine. That's what it is. Okay, now I'm on Twitch. Do you prefer Twitch or YouTube? I do prefer chatting on Twitch because the chat bubbles show up. Thank you so much for hopping over, by the way. I appreciate that a lot. I prefer chatting on Twitch because it links. The bubbles are really cute too. And I do make YouTube content based off of what I do live on stream. So it's really helpful if chat brings up any design ideas or good points about what I'm doing. It helps with post editing and stuff if it's on the screen already. So don't they V-Ray a lot in architecture stuff? V-Ray, hold on, remind me of the definition of that, because that is 1000% ringing a bell for me, but V-Ray is a rendering engine. Oh, is that like a software? V-Ray is the renderer. I have not seen it used. Primarily, I've seen 3ds Max if it's a really high budget, serious architecture project. Or Twinmotion is actually better for architectural exteriors because they have better exterior entourage and it can handle better, like, larger sites. So if it's a really big building, that's what my firm that I was with previously was quite large. There was like 4 or 5 offices across the country. How long have you been doing Arc? I've been in the industry for, oh god, 8 years now? 8 years now? So this sounds like a super cool job. It's really fun. It is. I enjoy it a lot. I'm very lucky, I will say, because I kind of honed in on the 3D modeling expertise pretty early because that's like primarily where my area of interest is. What's crazy to me is when I went to school, they only taught the 3D modeling side for 1 of the 2 years that I was in school. So I only started learning it in my 2nd year. But it's so industry prevalent and there's so much that goes into it. I do seriously think that because it's more than just 3D modeling, it goes into, it's called building information management. BIM. And so whenever you have a 3D model like this, for example, the software tracks information beyond just the actual geometry. I can input the materials. I can input the manufacturers. I can input, it'll track all of the sizing, the quantities, the numbers of things. So now you're getting into information management. This is a fireplace that's going to be recreated in real life. Yes. Yes, I'm going to build this, and I would like to live stream when I build this in the next week. Probably next weekend, I'll do an IRL stream, and we'll actually construct this in person. But I'm just planning it today. But yeah, building information management is like, it's a lot because not only are you dealing with your own team, whether that's architecture or interior design, there's also engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, structural engineers, civil, landscaping. So there's a lot of moving parts. And so a lot of my job is type A organization. So it's a really cool job. And I am very lucky because I have situated myself as more of an expert in that kind of organization. So how did I say this? I could kind of knock on any architectural office door and get whatever job I want because it's very high in demand. It's so high in demand and they don't have a specific program for it. You kind of only learn the industry expertise by being in the industry, which is very, very strange. I'm sure there'll be a degree program for it at some point, but it's very fun in the fact that I'm not doing the same thing every day, which is cool. Sometimes I get to travel to site. I get to go to different cities to see different projects that I'm going to be working on. If you become good enough at something, someone will want you. Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. How do we feel about this for the wainscoting? So I could just keep it simple. I want this to be easy to build. So we could just keep it simple and do the trim kind of like this as a big rectangle. Or we could rip it from the reference image and try to do 3 rectangles on the top. Is that too much? Is that a bit too much? I'll try it, but it's odd hearing someone talk about their job like you. You clearly enjoy it quite a lot. I do. I'm very lucky. I don't get too specific about like where I'm located or where I work, but the company, like the kind of work that I do is Rocky Mountain tourism architecture. So I do really cool project work and I travel to really cool places for my job. So yes, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. But it's so tricky because I have people asking me about getting into the industry all the time, and 1000% if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I recommend it. But it's very rare, I would say, that you get to do the kind of project work that I get to do. So you enjoy the mountains? Very much so, yes. Avid skier, avid camper. So it's a good place to be. Here, let's do this. Let's try a couple different options, because what I can do is I should be able to just copy this and then we can just edit it separately. And then we'll keep this one this way. I'll keep my little person here for scale. We live in the same place, so I agree very much. Do you live in the mountains as well? It's, yeah, it's very... I don't know, the project work is just so cool. I'm really lucky too, because my company really values responsible design and project work. So the like methods and materials that we use and stuff are, I don't know, there's a lot of really irresponsible development happening in a lot of tourist places and in the mountains and stuff. So that's where it gets kind of tricky. But I feel very fortunate that my company tries not to contribute to that problem, so. I live very close to them. It's always nice to work for a company like that. Yeah, it is. For sure. Okay, so this is going to be the one with 3. Okay, what's better? Do we like the left one or is the right one better? I actually kind of think I like the right one. I didn't know if I would like this as much, but I think this is nice. It's just a little bit visually interesting, or a little bit more visually interesting. The right one is way better. You like the right one more? Much more balanced? Yeah, you're right. It breaks it up nice. It does. Okay, so maybe we'll move forward with this one. Now, the one thought I'm having, okay, so this is where it gets kind of tricky, because, again, I want this mantle to be a focal point. I want it to be like a feature element. I want it to have an impact in the space. The multi-box one is nice. It adds more depth. Yeah, I agree. I want it to feel like a character house fireplace, but I like the juxtaposition of having it feel like it's a character fireplace, but we're gonna do the whole thing white, and then with the like RGB colored kind of modernity. I think it'll be like a really interesting contrast between them. What will be around it, or will it be standing by itself? So it'll be standing by itself, but it is going to be at our party at like where the Santa photos are being taken. So we'll probably hang some, we're not going to do stockings, but we'll probably hang some garland maybe like along the kind of top, or like put some of the garland that looks like Christmas tree pine garland, I guess, maybe with some lights in it along the top. And we'll do the Christmas tree beside it, and then we're gonna have 2 chairs because we're gonna have sexy Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. And I don't know what to do for the inside either. So I've had a couple thoughts. The one idea is to get a monitor or a TV and just broadcast the, you know, the fireplace log that like you can put on your TV, and then it's just like sometimes the guy pokes the fire. That's one option. The other option I've seen on Facebook Marketplace, people are selling standalone electric fireplace logs that you could put in. That could work. Or we could get really playful with it and do something like a pile of disco balls or something on the inside. Or, I mean, there's other options too. Like if I jump back to Pinterest, like I know it's super popular to put candles in the fireplaces. I like stockings because I'm boring. I like stockings too, but I'm scared if we hang the stockings and they don't... I mean, I guess we could try and find light up ones, but I'm scared that they'll like detract from... If the fireplace mantle... Because it has to be transportable, and that's where the big problem is here. Is like, it has to not take up too much weight, especially. But when we store it in the off season, I'm thinking of trying to make it modular in some way so that we can kind of take it apart and then have it store just a little bit tighter. So I'm scared we won't be able to get the size that I would want for stockings to feel like they're balanced. That's my concern. But yeah, like a lot of like, see there, this is kind of the fake logs that could go on the inside. Or like, yeah, like I said, lots of candles. Here. Let me go back. Lots of candles. So, but I personally think the candles alone are just kind of boring. I don't know if I want to just do candles. We could maybe look at getting some kind of fake... Oh, I guess this is not quite what I mean. Like a fake fireplace front. Like a vintage fireplace. Real or fake candles? They'd have to be fake. They'd have to be fake. So I'm not sure. Like, I just don't know if they would hit. Yeah, they wouldn't hit very good if they're fake, hey? So I think my favorite option, because I just think it's sort of stupid, is to integrate some kind of screen and have the fireplace log playing, because I think it's kind of funny. But, I mean, there is also the option of getting, like, this is like a freestanding electric fireplace thing. This doesn't look bad either. Or like these guys, actually this isn't terrible. They just have a big stick of logs with fairy lights. Play it off as sort of a gag. That's where it's kind of funny, because I think it's funny having the hand that comes out and like pokes the fire, but it's like we're in like a physical party and there's not actually a real person there poking the fire. It's just like this invisible hand that shows up. I think that could be funny. It could work. And so, okay, we can play with a couple different things. This is where, oh, I wish that I had my rendering software installed, because I'd like to play around with some materiality. I'm leaning towards doing this out of the lightest material possible, but I'm scared of cardboard because of how fragile it is. How long have you been streaming? About a year and a half. Usually I stream a lot of Sims 4 content. Why not do something like particle board? Is particle board light? I actually haven't worked with particle board, so I'm not too familiar. It's less fragile, but easy to work with. Is it light? Hold on, I'm just looking at how much it costs. Oh, it's thin. It's lighter, but not light. It's 3 millimeters though. That's really thin. Wait, it's pretty cheap too. Here, hold on. One sec. One sec. Here. So it's like, so I was thinking of 6 millimeter paneling because I've worked with that before and it's been successful. 3 millimeters is crazy. And to get 48 by 96 inches for $15, that's pretty good. 4 feet by, is that 8 feet? That's probably better than 6 millimeter MDF. Let me check. Because the other thing that I've done, this is what quarter white paper MDF. 3 millimeters. Oh, see, yeah, MDF is expensive, so particle board would be cheaper. I mean, if you're going for light enough to not fall over, you could always go with reinforced cardboard with thin panels on the outside. I'm kind of thinking we'll do a frame out of 2x2 framing. Like here, if I go back to the inspo board, I think we're going to have to do some kind of internal framing like this. So probably do that as 2x2. And then whatever we sheet it with on the outside. Going for light enough to follow, you always go with a reinforced cardboard with thin panels on the outside, but that complicates the design. That's what I did with my nephew's parking garage. With thin panels, do you mean like kind of like the wood wall panels that you would have seen on your house in the 70s? Is that kind of what you mean by wall panels? Yeah, and so the nice thing that I like about panels like that is that you can get them for really cheap because there's so many people that renovate their basements or their houses when they're flipping stuff, and then they'll just like basically give them away. So they're pretty easy to acquire. But they also aren't that light. They're not that light either. We did a stage front out of them over the summer. Thinner than that. So 3 mil, I guess, yeah. It might be one of those things where I have to go to the hardware store and actually take a look in person and decide and just like pick some stuff up. I think. Because I think if we get a frame like this going for the internal structure, then yeah, whatever we choose for the exterior could be it could be whatever we want. It's the best way to do it if you're unsure about weight and texture. Oh, particle board is harder to paint. Is that just because of the texture of it? It's very like it does kind of feel like or seem like it would be kind of porous almost. Because particle board is like almost like it's not very smooth, right? It's literally glued sawdust. Okay, yeah, not smooth. Yeah, no, I think the panels are probably the move. The other option, and I don't know if I like this though, and I'm not sure if it would work for weight, but we did see a faux fireplace mantle that was constructed out of cardboard, but then they kind of plastered it so that it looked like some kind of stone masonry, but it was cardboard underneath. But the plaster itself would probably add a significant weight. Do you have weight limits? Not necessarily, no. I just think it would ideally be pretty easy for 1 to 2 people to carry up the stairs by themselves. Because it has to go to the 2nd floor of our venue and there's no elevator. So I wouldn't know what that would be in pounds though. But I'm thinking we could even break it into 3. Here, let me go to the front. Like, I'm almost wondering if you could have it modular in such a way that, hold on, I want a good, like the top, oh, I need dashed. Do I have, they're all solid, shoot. I'll do this for now, but maybe this piece up here, and then this one here, and then the bottom are 3 separate pieces. Or 4, have the mantle separate along with the 2 side pillars and the bottom foundation all separate. That's what I'm leaning towards. I think that might be the easiest because we'd like to pack it up and store it as well. And I don't know if you caught at the beginning of the stream when I was talking about how, so we have been approached in the past by other groups in our city asking to rent our decor from us from our parties that we've thrown. Before this, it was a, hold on, where's the fireplace that we're basing this off of? Because I'll go back. Oh, it's this one. Like for Halloween, for example, we did a party that was kind of a mad scientist lab theme. So we had these really big barrels. They're like kind of those almost semi-translucent rain barrels, I guess. And we made 3 toxic waste barrels out of them and used spray foam to create like fake bubbles coming out and off down the sides, and then had blacklight neon green paint on them to like light them up. Stenciled a toxic waste symbol on the front, but then we put parlights on the inside because they were this like transparent kind of plastic. So then they like lit up and changed colors. And it was actually super sick because we had dancers come out of the barrels in like a coordinated thing. They were all in these like neon green kind of blacklight bodysuits and stuff. But then, yeah, we have been asked to rent our decor. And so keeping that in mind, that there's the potential for this kind of stuff to be rented out to third parties, I want to construct it in such a way that we don't have to worry about, if we rent it to someone, them breaking it or like not being able to figure out how to put it together or something. So it could be as simple as just like creating a little instruction graphic though, that we just like give it to them when we rent it out. But I'm thinking something along those lines. But I'm feeling pretty good about the design of it though. I think it's quite nice. The only thing that I could think of maybe doing, which I think would be really nice, is just adjusting or modifying how this base is so that we could do a glow, like a strip light, so that the perimeter at the base glows as well. The design is nice. Now it's really going to depend on the texturing. I agree. And I'd like, in my head, I just want it to be as clean and bright white as possible so that when we light it up RGB, it's gonna have a clean canvas. So does it have a backing? That's another point that's worth considering as well, because if it is too tall, we don't want it to fall forward. Ideally it is self-standing though, and it doesn't require any kind of support to the wall. So I think if that's the case, we might almost have to think about just like, especially if this base here is separate, if this is like a separate piece, we could maybe kind of back weight it inside, or we could construct it in such a way that we could add sandbags on site, like on the interior, so that like it kind of just weighs it from the back so that it doesn't fall forward. Because it's like a pretty substantially large Christmas party. We're expecting about 200 attendees. So I just want to make sure that if it's not being babysat, it's going to be okay by itself. And like if anybody falls into it or whatever, it doesn't get wrecked. So, but it should be pretty okay. So, I mean, you could weigh the bottom so that the center of gravity, it shouldn't fall over. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah. We have a lot of sandbags. There's a lot of sandbags on standby. So, okay, I think what I'm going to do really quick. Did I just make this as a... Okay, I'm going to bring this in an inch. And then I'm going to create just like a lip around that we can light up. Now, I can't render it today because, like I mentioned, my PC is newer and I don't have my software installed. But I'd like to... Also, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to try lighting it up in Lumion after, but I might have to do that on Tuesday when I'm live next. I'll get the software installed. What's your new PC? Oh, my husband built it. I have no idea. Do I have my specs? Hold on. I think... I don't know if that'll go. Oh, there you go. Do you see my stream elements response? That's my computer build. So I kind of beefed it up. Because I knew I wanted to live stream, but I need the power for not just live streaming, but also the rendering and stuff, while also being live at the same time. It takes a lot. Do you have your own PC built as well? Here, I'll bring this down maybe... I'm gonna bring this down 1/2 inch. I mean, rendering is heavy, so a good CPU and GPU and lots of extra RAM is a requirement. Exactly. Exactly. And it's not just live streaming, it's also freelancing and stuff too. Oh, hold on, I did this. I want this to be 3.5. Your hubby knows what he's doing. Yeah, he's built computers. Like he's built a couple now. So I don't know. Usually he's hanging in my chat actually, but he is grinding the new Path of Exile, so I don't think he's here today. I'm here but gaming. Oh, there you are. Hi, Krish. Yeah, I just built my new one for work. I'd imagine, because, sorry, you were saying you animate too, right? Was I missing that? Hold on. I know there was 2 of you in the chat. Were you the one that was animating? No, that was someone else. Okay, what do you do for work then? And I'll go out 4 inches. Oh shit, I should do this as a sweep. Hold on, I'm doing this wrong. Here, let me... Here, I'll make it here. There. I'm a graphic designer who does world design. Wait, that's cool. What the heck? Wait, what do you mean you do world design? Is that like kind of getting into the world of like game dev, or is that like art, or is it... Ever heard of a game called Minecraft? Oh yes. Oh yes. I guess, yeah, the handle gives it away. Hey, so are you big into Minecraft? Oh fuck yeah, that's sick. I've been meaning to. Okay, so I do a series on my channel where wait, that's your full-time job? Oh my god, I'm so jealous. I love building in Minecraft. I build professionally? Wait, what the heck? I'm so jealous of you. That's so cool. I love Minecraft. Jelly, I love, yes, building in Minecraft is like my cozy comfort time. You're literally doing what I want to do? Wait, are you saying you want to get into more, what's the word? Hold on, am I doing my profile or my path here? My path, there we go. I just can't go to ARC school. I didn't go to ARC school. I went to a technical college for a 2-year diploma. It was much quicker. Much, much quicker. But yeah, no, if I'm trying to relax and do downtime, it's, I build in Minecraft pretty extensively as well. Well, any level of EDU's off the table for me? How come? Why is that? How much should I overhang this down? Try 1.5 inches. Hold on, I should almost do this from the front. Oh, here. Just a physical disability and money. I see. Is it something that you could do online? Like if you had an online course that taught something similar, would you be able to do it at home? Money's the big one though, man. Education should be free. It's so frustrating. There. So I'm going to do this kind of as an overhang so that we have a gap here, because then we can do LED strip lighting in here. But let's see how that reads in 3D. Along with the fact I know that starting from the bottom of a ladder in a new career is mentally hard. That's fair. That's fair. I will say when it comes to what I do, it's less about the software, or sorry, it's less about the schooling and more about the software and knowing the software. So like, and I'm not encouraging to get cracked software or anything, but I mean, like, a big thing is just like knowing what you're doing. And then a lot of times you can get into kind of freelancing sort of Fiverr style work and then kind of work your way up from there. Companies that like are in the industry, they care more about like 3D modeling and Revit experience more than anything else. That's the big one. At least in Western Canada. I'm not sure where you're located. It depends on where you are, because different places of the world use different softwares and different like areas kind of have different practices and stuff. Yeah, the software gets me every time. I just have a hard time with software just because I feel like you have to learn so much. Yeah. Yeah. I have like 8 years under my belt, and Canadian Rockies. Yes. Yeah, Canadian Rockies, Western Canada. Yeah, I have like 8 years under my belt, and in the last 2 years was only when I have reached a point in experience where I can kind of comfortably say I'm an expert, basically. So just because there's so much to it. But yeah, here, so okay, this is what I mean. We'll kind of do sort of an overhang like this, and then we can kind of light this up, and then it can kind of glow. So if we make this base its own separate piece, and then this, I don't know if we'll do it in 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3 pieces, or maybe we could do, because like if I cut through a section here, one sec. I need my section box. I cut a section through. I just want to see what kind of the clearance is. Yeah, here. So this is what I like this. I guess like this could almost be one piece here too. So that could work. I drove the train across Canada and the Rockies were my favorite part for sure. Wait, did you do like the, it's like the Rocky Mountain Express or whatever? Rocky Mountaineer train? I've always wanted to do that. It seems so cool. It seems so cool. Yeah, basically. How long did that take? Was that like a week? At least? Because I think the Rocky Mountaineer, but we went across all of Canada. A 2-week trip. That's cool. So did you stop in different places and like actually get to walk around a little bit and see different towns or cities and stuff? I've always wanted to do that though. Yeah, lots of different places. Did you feel like 2 weeks felt rushed though, or was it like pretty good? It was a ton of fun. It sounds like fun. It does. Yeah, I think I'll play around with, I think maybe 3 pieces. Maybe. Maybe we'll play around with that. So now the other thing that I could do, we could even play with maybe, I wish I could like draw on my screen. Not at all. We spent about a week in the Rockies. Whoa, that's crazy. So, I mean, I guess from the prairies to the east, like the Rockies, I think is the most condensed of the tourist, like the tourist hubs, I guess. Like the Rocky Mountains have just like so much for tourism and so much to see and so much to do. The prairies is like, you could stop in one city in the prairies and you've seen all 3 provinces. They're all the same. It's all flat. I haven't been to Ontario or Quebec or the Maritimes though, but I know there's a lot to see out that way too. But I mean, you could build it and decide then. It'll become more clear when you build it. That's kind of what I'm starting to lean towards. I'm leaning towards that. I think this is a good start for the design. I do have a team that I work with on these projects, so I might have to clear the design with a couple of my friends. But yeah, I think next weekend I'm looking to do a live stream where I actually built this. I'm thinking of like maybe like pre-cutting most of the stuff and then just assembling it on stream, but then we can like paint it and talk about it and stuff. But that's what I'm hoping to do. But this is a good dent. I'm pretty happy with the start that we have here. I think this makes a lot of sense, but flat, wet, and boring. Still pretty though, but nothing on the Rockies. Yeah, it's there. I don't know. There's something else for sure. It's I feel very fortunate to have it in my backyard. So I might leave it here. This is kind of like a secret Sunday stream. I don't really stream on Sundays. I just wanted to get the ball rolling on this. So I might call it for today. Regular programming is going to be Tuesday and Thursday of this week. So, I forgot to mention where I go with this. So I do a stream series where I take houses in real life from Zillow Gone Wild or whatever, and then rebuild them in build games. Primarily, I've been doing it in Sims 4 just because I'm trying to figure out a formula for the YouTube editing and stuff that works, and Sims 4 is just like the easiest. But I've been meaning to do it in Minecraft. I'm planning a Minecraft degen week in the winter, I think in January, where I just want to take a whole week and I want to do it in hardcore survival and try and build a house in survival hardcore mode and just pick a house from Zillow Gone Wild and try to build it. Creative's too boring. We need challenge. We need a little bit of challenge there. So, and I prefer modded Minecraft. I don't know. Do you play vanilla or do you? Because I'm a big fan of the medieval MC mod, but I think I'm gonna use that one because you can pick a race. Basically can't do modded. Oh, how come? All my clients require vanilla. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So the reason why I'm leaning towards doing medieval MC is because when you can pick a race at the start of the like new seed that you generate, and the fairy one or whatever, you can hover, you can fly. So it's kind of, from a build perspective, that just helps a lot for if you're doing something a little bit ambitious. So I'm thinking that'll be a January a January stretch. Basically cheating. Yeah, basically. That's why I have to do it in hardcore survival though, because it can't make it too easy. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it'll be fun to try. Yeah, I was looking. I have this one house that prompted the inspo because it's so stupid. Hold on. Can I see it here? Where is it? It's this one. This one. We were looking on Zillow Gone Wild. I'm like, you could do this in Minecraft. This seems like a Minecraft house for sure. Good luck with that. Hey. I want to toot my own horn, but I'd say I'm pretty decent at building in Minecraft as well. So. Wait, okay, I have questions before I end though about how does it work with your clients then? Do people approach you and ask for, like, what kind of stuff are they asking you to build specifically? I'm so curious. Like, is it crazy base stuff? Is it like crazy structural, artsy, statuey stuff? Is it like, I'm so fascinated. I didn't really, like, I kind of knew there was a market for that. I knew that there was an industry there, but all of the above? That's cool. So how did you, I can basically make anything my client needs. And so do you kind of do that in creative mode then and then pass it off and yeah, obviously you would do it in creative mode. I would. Do you build in survival mode ever too though? Or is it more fun to just kind of build in creative mode? I know different people have different preferences. Some people like sort of the creativity around creative, and yeah, the speed of creative. I can't stand how slow survival is. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. I think for some builds, if it was really ambitious, I would prefer to do it in creative as well. I want to be able to place all the blocks when I want. Yeah, that checks out. That makes sense. Yeah, I think if I do anything ambitious, like really ambitious, I would prefer creative as well. But that's why I want to do something stupid. Like, this is a log cabin. So, I mean, do I have permission to send one link so you could see? Yeah, shoot it my way. Yeah, I don't even think I have the ability to show you any of the builds that I've done because, I mean, I have Minecraft, but I don't think my server that it's all on is live right now. I think we paused the server. So hold on, I'm going to copy this link and just open it in a separate window. Oh my god, you're so talented. What the heck? Whoa, this is crazy. Damn. That's so cool. How many years have you been like playing to get you to this point? Also, do you mind if I share it on my other screen? I started playing in 2014. Dang. Did you do any other kind of like digital artsy stuff before getting into this? Or did you just like the creativity started with Minecraft? Yeah, this is sick. This is incredible. Wow. Actually insane though. So cool. Nope, I was 17, so I never really had a chance to do anything else. And do you ever dabble in other build games, or is it pretty much just Minecraft? So I know there's sandbox modes and other, like, I've been curious about trying the Fortnite one. I'm kind of scared of it, but or like Roblox is huge too. That's another one that I'm scared of. But I'm really close to trying because I've seen some of the build stuff that you can do, like Bloxburg specifically. And people are doing really cool stuff. It's just... Problem said it's my full-time job, so if I push myself to learn other games, it takes away from time and money. Ah, yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. That makes sense. Wait, so do you do content as well? Like, do you have a YouTube channel where you film all of that stuff? And I was a struggling artist for a long time. Very cool, though. Wow, 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 wow. I do content, but I almost never post popular content. It's difficult to get off the ground with it. I just record with my more popular friends. Ah, okay, that's fair. Because I have heard it recommended to go the content route to help with passive income, essentially. But I don't know, YouTube's one of those weird fickle things where, like, I don't know, out of the blue, sometimes it'll just like, boo, drop off. Well, it's the time and money thing again. Ah, that too. Yeah, you're right. It is a huge money sink to edit, and like even just like the scripting, the planning, all of that takes a lot for sure. In a perfect world, it would be great to just invest in an editor or something, but I don't have that luxury either. So, but yeah, this is incredible. Good job. I can do anything I want at this point, but what happens is if I spent 100 hours to try and build up another Rev avenue. Yeah, it's so tricky. It is for sure. I guess the other options, yeah, I don't know how it works for Minecraft. I've seen it with Sims custom content. Can you do any like sort of Patreon style purchased content? Like if you have this crazy seed build or whatever, then... Oh, you do? Okay, okay. Nice. I have a store in my shop. Oh, actually, I didn't scroll to the top to see. Oh yeah, store, nice. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. Cool. Holy. Oh, this is sick. Good job. I'm thoroughly impressed. That's crazy. Very cool. Thanks, I worked very hard, but no, I'll be around more. I have more questions about ARC stuff. Yeah, I will be live again. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna call it here for me. Short secret stream. I never stream on Sundays. This is very not usual for me. But yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays for the entirety of December around 3 p.m. MST. This Tuesday and Thursday, I think we are actually, I'm yapping about Victorian architecture. So just to summarize, give you the quick lowdown. We are constructing this house. Wait, is it this one? Wait, which one? It's this one. We're building this house in Sims 4. And we've actually built this house in Sims 4. It's done. I think we did a pretty good job. We did it only based off of the photos. I don't have any floor plans. We're just doing it entirely off of kind of piecing it, puzzling it together. We've built the whole thing. It's ready to go. Now, I like to renovate these houses better than the flippers did, or at least just like in a more modern way. But in order to renovate a Queen Anne Victorian style house without taking away from its character, also thank you so much, Horse, for the sub, you're too nice. In order to renovate it in a way that pays homage to the character, I don't have formal design training. I need to learn about the character. I don't know what goes into Queen Anne houses or Victorian style houses. I know nothing about them. So we're going to spend a couple hours on Tuesday and maybe on Thursday just learning about Victorian design and Victorian interior design and then we'll send it on decorating the interior of that house. So that's my plan for this week. I do post my schedule on my YouTube community tab if you're curious to keep up with when I'm live next. But again, thank you so much for hanging out. It was so nice to meet you, Horace. I'm gonna call it here. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you. Take care. Bye.